Right, YouTube, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Team Nightmare here. I'm just about to take you through my Naturia deck after just come back from my locals and winning it with it 4-1. Unfortunately, first round was the one I lost, but I came 4th overall. The round I lost, unfortunately, was to Dragons, but managed to beat decks like Infernities. I beat Perfect Herald, which I was a bit happy about, and a few others popular decks. Right, now for the deck. All that. Right, we start off with 2 copies of the Dandelion. When it's destroyed, when it's just sent to the graveyard in general, switch some 2 fluff tokens. Then 2 copies of Kokimeru Gravy Rose. During your standby phase, send 1 level 3 or lower monster from deck to graveyard. At end phase, you must show a plant or discard the Iron Core to keep it in play. 2 copies of Lone Fire. Tribute this card, switch on 1 plant monster from your deck. Not tribute this, sorry. Tribute 1 plant, well, it's once per turn, but mainly it's just itself. The Heart of the deck. 3 copies of Naturia Bamboo Shoots. When this card is tribute summoned by tributing a Naturia, opponent can't activate spells or traps whilst it's face up on the field, which is main shot off of the deck. And 2 copies of Cosmo Beats. When your opponent normal summons or sets, you may special summon this card from your hand. Good for just the tribute fodder. Then Pineapple. Exact same as Tree One Frog, special summon itself in the graveyard when you've got no spells and traps, and the only monsters in your graveyard are plants and beasts. But the bonus side is it turns all your monsters into plants when it's on the field, which is bonus because it only works lovely with Lone Fires and some of the other plant techs are around here. Right, then 2 copies of Ryko. When it's face down and flipped up. Draw 1 card and then mill top 3 cards of your deck to graveyard. Now Cyphers, this is a nice little tech in here I run. Once we turn tribute a plant on the field, destroy one of your opponent's face up cards. And when a plant is destroyed, either side of the field again, special summon this card from the graveyard, so it's removed from play afterwards. And it's tuned as well, so it's not too bad. Then 1 copy of Spore. Remove a plant once per duel, special summon this card from your graveyard, and it increases its level by the monster you removed. This one's not too bad. Then we've got 1 Super Nimble Mega Hamster. When it's flipped again, you set 1 level 3 or lower beast in your deck on the field, but face down defense position. Treeborn, near enough the exact same as Pineapple, special summon from the graveyard, no spells or traps, and only do it if you've got no Treeborn face up on the field. And Titanial, tribute a plant you control to negate the card's target. A spell, trap, or effect targets a card on the field. Good when they try to use effect failure on you for trying to negate your bamboo shoots and other stuff like that. Right, spells we have Dark Hole, Foolish, Giant Trunade, 2 copies of Gold Sarcophagus. If you don't know what any of these do, just message me and I'll give you descriptions of what they do. 3 copies of Hand Destruction. Good tech in here for during standby phase to discarding your pineapples and your treeborns, just special summon them out at the same turn and tribute them off. Now Intercept Wave here. Tech of my own. This deck really does not use synchros, and it's a great counter for the synchros they're going to pull off to try and get over your good old bamboo shoots. Switch to synchro to defense mode, and during end phase, turn it back to extra deck. Then Monster Reborn, Pot of Avarice, Hell Traps, 2 copies of Compulsory for balancing monsters, 2D Prisons to get around Stardusts, 1 Divine Wrath, just mainly for negating monster effects and target bamboo when I've not got my Titanial there. Then Miracle, Staple, Solemn Judgment staple and Solemn Warning staple. Now for the extra deck we have, it's pretty limited because of the only way I use plants and beasts mainly. 2 copies of Black Rose Dragon. New plant in the graveyard, switch 1 opponent's monster to attack mode and make its attack 0. That's the effect they use it for, not for the Black Rose Boom effect as everyone says. Because that kind of just ruins my deck because of the pineapples and that's how the deck flows. Right, Lightning Tricorn. Just the beast. That's the reason I'm running it. Naturia Beast. Roll top 2 cards. Negate spell. Destroy it. Leo Drake. Just running it A, beat stick, and B because it's a beast. It's not too bad. And one Scrap Dragon, mainly for the destroy one card on each side of the field, so I can destroy my pineapple to bring, which will just come back again next turn for destroying again. I'm a bit worried about some of this thing yet again because of pineapple's effect. Then one copy of Splendid Rose, Plant Synchro, and it works lovely with the deck because of its effect, which is to remove one plant in your graveyard to make one of your opponent's monsters 0 for the turn. Second effect, when it taxes it, it discards tax, yeah. Just saying, battle phase, remove a plant again, half Splendid Rose attack, it can attack once more. Once per turn again though. And 2 copies of Thunder Unicorn. Reduce one of your opponent's face up monsters by 5 on for every monster you control. But only Thunder Unicorn can attack for that turn. But it's quite easy to pull off with this deck because of the beast tune I've got as Snipers. And then last off I've got 2 copies of the Voltic Bicorn. When this card is destroyed and sent to graveyard, either by battle or card effect, then both players will top 7. So it's when they go Royal Oppression, when they go Solemn, any of that kind of small stuff. So it's a bit wary about how to get rid of it. And side deck. Quickly I'll show you my tokens I've run in here, because I have to get some tokens to get a Dandelion. For now I've got 2 Stray Lambs and 2 Scapegoats. I am on the lookout, however, for 4 Dandelion tokens, 2 of each kind. So if you've got any, PM me, or leave a message on the channel, or on the here. Side deck. Right, I run 1 copy of Battle Fader for the anti-OTKs I face. 2 copies of Cactus Bouncer for all the special summons that I face. So I decide this in, along with Black Garden, to do a Cactus Lockdown deck. And 2 copies of Effect Veiler, to stop all the effect monsters and train it on. Well, it's lovely with Perfect Herald when they're trying to use the 10,000 hand for searchers. 1 copy of Black Garden, because that's all I've got. And 2 My Bodies. That's the Judgments, the Dads, all that kind of stuff you see. Then 1 MST, because I do need some destruction, because most of the stuff in here seems to be negation. I've got 2 copies of Chivalry, for your Gauzies, your Raikos, your Emma's Blades, that kind of stuff. 1 copy of Crevice, just to slow down the Infernalities nicely. And then 2 copies of Polynosis, which is basically just 2 more Solemns. Not bad tech. And then final off, 1 Royal Oppression. Alright, that's the end of that. So if you'd like to rate, comment, subscribe, then also the trade binder will be over that way shortly when I get around to updating it from locals. And if you do have the Dandelion tokens, my other ones, if you've got any, are down that way there. Well, that's that for now, so I'll speak to you later then.